Come on, buddy. Come on. Calm down.
Oh, yeah. When do we play beer pong?
Sometimes celebrities have to remind the media that respect isn't optional. Here are 10 unforgettable moments when stars didn't just respond to rude interviewers, they completely dismantled them. 1. Chelsea Handler. Not here for the games. Chelsea Handler isn't the type to let things slide. During a live interview with Piers Morgan in 2014, the vibe shifted fast when he couldn't even stay off his phone mid-show. Handler didn't hesitate. She called him out, told him exactly what kind of host he was, and questioned why he even invited guests if he wasn't going to listen. The final jab, when asked what moment she'd want to relive, she deadpanned. Spending this hour differently.
You tweet very amusingly.
I wish you did. I mean, in the middle of the commercial break, I want your viewers to know, they must know because they're probably following you on Twitter. I mean, you can't even pay attention for 60 seconds. You're a terrible interviewer.
Well, you just weren't keeping my attention. That's
well,
more
but
an issue
that's
for you
not
than
my
me.
problem.
Well, it is your problem.
This is your show. You have to pay attention to the guests that you invited on your
If
show.
they're interesting enough.
Yeah, they are. Listen, it doesn't matter how interesting I am. You signed up for this job.
Of course it does.
Well, maybe that's why your job is coming to an end.
Moment, if I said to you, I can give you one moment back in your life to repeat right now, what would you choose?
It would be spending this hour differently.
Can't you try and be nice?
2. Joan Rivers. Don't come for the Queen. Legendary comedian Joan Rivers was promoting her book when a CNN interviewer started pressing her about being too mean with her fashion critiques. Joan wasn't having it. She pushed back hard, calling out the hypocrisy, and when the interviewer tried to corner her on wearing fur, Rivers flipped the script completely, shutting it down with a cold truth. You're eating meat? You're wearing leather. Don't try to paint me as the villain?
It was my last book was on the bestseller list 19 weeks. So my producer's not a fool. She said, write another. So I said, about what? She said, well, you're funny every day. Write about what annoys you or makes you laugh every day. And that's how the book came about. It was so great to write.
Fashion critiquing, while it's very mean in some ways, people can't wait to hear what you have to say. Really? It's not mean?
You can. It's not mean. I tell the truth. I'm sure I say the same things that all your viewers say to their friends sitting next to them on the couch.
Feelings being hurt.
Well, not when it's about dresses. It's not about them. It's about clothing.
Your book, you're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists.
You know, this whole interview is becoming a defensive interview.
No!
Are you wearing leather shoes?
Yes!
Shut up.
I'm talking...
You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes.
I'm not an activist, but I'm saying
You're eating chicken.
Yeah.
You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Stop it with, and you do this, and you're mean, and you're that. You are not the one to interview a person who does humor. Sorry.
Are we serious?
3. Russell Brand. Media school is in session. Russell Brand walked into an American morning show to talk about his comedy tour and left after giving a masterclass on professionalism. The host didn't seem to know who he was, joked about his accent, and spoke as if he wasn't in the room. Brand kept his composure until they crossed a line. Then he dismantled them live on air, calling out their casual objectification and their complete lack of awareness.
Brand. This summer he's embarking on his first ever worldwide comedy tour. Joining us now, he's a really big deal.
He's a big deal.
I know. I'm told this. I'm not very pop cultured. I'm sorry. Comedian, movie star, author, and host of the show Brand X, Russell Brand.
The thing I enjoy most is stand-up comedy because you're direct with your audience. You can't be misinterpreted. People can't get confused. You know what happens if you work in media? People like to change the information so that it suits a particular agenda. If you're in a room with people, then what you're saying is clear.
The accent, you know, when I see him in person, it's totally fine. Forgetting Sarah Marshall or the TV show, it's fine. But on satellite radio in the car, I can't understand a single joke you say.
You can't understand it.
Can you
I
understand me?
I think I'm just this is my first
brand experience.
Yeah. I think it's not listening to him. It's experience. It's just sort of taking it all in.
You're talking about me as if I'm not here and as if I'm an extraterrestrial. You know, I'm from a country that's
kind of
near
shop
to you.
window dummy. We're just sort of admiring the whole, it's the whole thing, isn't it?
Well, thank you for your casual objectification.
4. Jim Carrey. Too real for the red carpet. On the red carpet at New York Fashion Week, Jim Carrey was asked a shallow, tone-deaf question about his dating life. Instead of playing along, he flipped the mood entirely. Carrey questioned the very idea of celebrity culture and the icons being celebrated. His message was clear. None of this matters, not really. And he delivered it with chilling clarity.
It's true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
You got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons,
in icons?
boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons?
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry, you're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down now.
5. Bill Burr. No filters, no apologies. During a morning show promo for his animated series, Bill Burr was asked about religious jokes in his stand-up. The interviewer tried to bait him into apologizing. Instead, Burr went in. He pointed out that the institutions he jokes about have done far worse than he ever could on stage, and reminded everyone watching that if you're gonna laugh at comedy, be ready to take a hit or two.
Welcome to Good Day New York.
How are you? Thank you for having me.
Well, the show is so funny. I'm just, is it based on your real life, or is it,
Yeah, no, it's definitely based on my life.
Your Christian background is part of the show. Or at
Yes,
least
and
2
I wanted
episodes.
to talk to you about Jesus after this.
Well, the only reason why I bring it up is some people thought maybe you went a little too far.
As far as what?
Well, they thought that maybe you were being disrespectful to the Christian religion.
Who did? I mean, we did maybe 2 jokes about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you think the Catholic Church went a little too far? More so than my cartoon. All right, listen. A couple of jokes. I know this is a morning show. You can't bring up all those crimes.
6. Bill Burr again, taking on the comedy setup. Later, on a live comedy show that pits newcomers against brutal criticism, Burr sensed the setup. He realized the host was stacking the odds against the guest comics just to humiliate them for laughs. Burr didn't hold back. He called out the format mid-show and refused to be part of what he called a setup for failure.
Just compliment someone, put it in the context of a joke, and an idiot will make a fool of himself.
But it's 1 minute now, and let's just put an end to this, shall we?
Oh, thank you.
And true to form, Bill couldn't just sit back and stay quiet.
Yeah, but didn't you kind of f*** him with the music on the way up? You're like, he's gonna suck. It's just, you put it in everybody's mood. It's like, can you give him a chance?
Yeah.
This is brutal. Is this gonna be an hour of this? I don't want to do this to people. It's horrible. Nobody can be funny in a minute. It's stupid.
Oh, no, it happened.
7. Jerry Seinfeld, not canceled, just legendary. Jerry Seinfeld, the man behind one of the most successful sitcoms ever made, was asked by Larry King if his show had been canceled. Seinfeld looked stunned. Canceled? Do you know who I am? He didn't need to yell. The silence and the confusion on King's face said everything. Legendary status doesn't need validation.
180 episodes. You gave it up, right? I did. So. They didn't cancel you. You canceled them. You're not aware of this? No, I'm asking you. You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled? Have I hurt you, Jerry? I thought that was pretty well documented. Is this still CNN? Don't most shows go down a little? Most people do also. But... Yeah, no, I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am?
Number 8. Jerry again. Tired of the narratives? Years later, another interviewer tried to steer a conversation with Seinfeld toward race and inclusion using his guest list as a setup. Jerry snapped. He made it clear he wasn't going to let people twist his choices into controversy, especially when his work speaks for itself. That really pisses me off, he said, and he meant it.
I have noticed that most of the guests are mostly white males of 22 episodes.
Yeah, let's get into that.
No, but you
take a look over here, Peter. What do you see? A lot of whiteys. Oh, this really pisses me off.
9. Shane Gillis. No punching down? Shane Gillis was invited onto a podcast to promote his new comedy special. What he didn't expect was to be compared jokingly to a TikToker with Down syndrome. Having family members with the condition, Gillis immediately shut it down. What made it worse? The host doubled down. Gillis didn't let it slide. You're using them as a punchline, he said, and I'm not okay with that.
Bro, Shane actually has been working out, dude. This is...
Yo! Let's see it. Hold on.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Bro, you look good. Is this from West Point?
I don't think that's funny. But yeah, I see that. I see why.
My guy's nice.
By the way, yeah, that's wild. These guys are awesome. Yeah.
They're having fun.
Yeah.
For you guys to sit here and be like,
wait a minute.
Let's bring it up and mock them. That's dude. That's a dude. By using them as an insult.
10. Tiffany Haddish, red carpet royalty. At the Vanity Fair Oscar after party, Tiffany Haddish was glowing in a custom Dolce & Gabbana gown. A reporter jokingly called it a costume change. Haddish stopped her right there. This isn't a costume. This is couture. This is money.
You do a little costume change?
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This what fame look like. This what success look like. This what money look like. This what it look like. It's what it look like.
This is success. She reminded everyone watching and that reporter that she wasn't playing dress up. She was making a statement. Respect isn't optional. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can say is everything you don't let slide. Ready for more? Click to watch what happened next.